Hey guys, it's JL. How are you today? I'm doing good. I've been kind of bummed out the past few days, but I feel better today. It was sunny. Sat in the backyard, got some air, kind of froze a little, but it was sunny. Put on my nice purple coat, so that cheered me up. Drank my V8 juice, yeah. And I just finished watching an interview with Paul and Ben Eno, who talk about all kinds of paranormal stuff, like, I don't even know where to begin. Mostly parallel realities is one thing. So that was a mind bender. I love that stuff. So I felt like making some butterfly stickers. So I'll show you, this will give you a rough idea. I'm not sure the best way to do it. Let's see if you can see this way. Like this. It is embossed and watercolor pencils. So that's one. And glitter glue. Gotta have the glitter glue, need that bling. I was thinking of selling these on my site, Craft is Art. Longhand and cursive Craft is Art, but we're so close to Christmas now. They're not going to sell in time for Christmas. So these will probably be gifts. So I thought I'd make some more. But I think I'm going to use a slightly different way of coloring the paper. So these really came out pretty, but I used watercolor pencils. First I would cut out the paper. I don't think I die cut it yet. So you cut out the paper and then you emboss it and color it in with watercolor pencils, and then you cut it down and glue the inner wings on and put it on sticker paper, and then you add the glitter glue last. But I think this time I'm going to use paper that I spritzed a while ago and forgot about. So, and I might color over that. So this is the paper I spritzed. Here, let's see if I can just put this. Okay, so we're sideways here. I do not have a camera that is directly overhead. I use a camcorder on a tripod, so I have no way of doing an aerial view. I know there are ways you can. I guess most people record on their phones these days, but I hate cell phones, and I have a very El Cheapo one, and I hate it. I hate having a cell phone at all. I hate phones pretty much. So
Anyway, yeah, this is paper that I spritzed, and what you do is you takes a a refill inker. This is from Stampin' Up! For re-inking stamp pads. And you put it in one of these spritzer deals, also from Stampin' Up! And yes, you can see it could clip to a pocket, handy dandy. So this is the, just like a water pump. So I'm not going to actually do it because I don't need to do that today, but I would fill it up with, squirt this into the ink so it's about maybe this far, and then add water to that, and then you just squeeze the trigger all over your paper and you get this pretty effect. And I had spritzed this paper. I do it in the bathroom. I have I get those hangers with the clips on them for like skirts and pants. They've got like basically clothespin type clips, and so I clip the paper onto the hanger like that. And I think you can see these little white squares. That's where they were flipped to the hanger. So it's just hanging off with a shower curtain rod, and then I spritz it while it hangs, and it's a lot neater. You know, it's just watery ink, but I tried a bunch of different methods, like having it doing from overhead, and that didn't work out very well. These things work better if you hold them vertically, not horizontally. So, let's pick out an embossing folder. Okay, so here is the embossing folder. And it's going to make a very pretty embossed / debossed pattern on paper. So you can put a card in it or just one sheet of paper. So you put it in here, you make a little, like they call it a sandwich, put that in like that. And then you roll this through a press, which is what creates the embossing. So let me cut down my paper, and I'm going to cut off the parts that have the white squares. And how big do I want to make this? Let's just cut this in half. This is white 12 by 12 scrapbooking paper. So we're going to do, I think we'll just do 6. And we'll cut this also 6, I'm sure, right? 12 rather. Okay. Size I can do. I think I will. I don't want these edges hanging out. I don't need this. Let's see. So here are the butterfly dies. And they also go through a press. I have 2 presses that I use. I could just use one, but I kind of like the one specifically for embossing. So I could cut this. Yeah, I think I cut this into 3 inches. Okay, so I'll do that in a minute. Okay, so we're done with the cutting. And we do the embossing. I'll take my lap desk, put that there. So this is my embossing press. It's called a Texture Boutique, made by Sizzix for Stampin' Up, but they don't make them anymore. So you put your paper in the folder. This is going to emboss it. And I have to put it in make it the sandwich. So this goes now into these. And this, because I'm embossing 1 sheet of paper, this is a special, this thickens it a little bit so that you get the correct pressure. Put that in.
into the slot under here. And just crank it through. And that will press the embossed edges into the paper. Very low tech. No electricity required. Human powered. Okay. So let's see how that came out. Very pretty. Let's see if you can see. Hard to see. Now then, I think I'll do the other paper. Do I want to darken up this embossing? Do I want to cut some of it out now and then darken up others so I have more contrast between the small wings? Big wings, yes, I would like to do that. Okay. So this should make at least 2 butterfly stickers. Okay. See if I can zoom in or something so you can see the embossing. There. So on one side it's embossed and the other side it's debossed. Okay, this is a big shot. It comes from Stampin' Up! And it is also a press. And you can emboss with this too. You would just have a different type of plate system to use embossing folders than I do with the smaller one. So I kind of like having both set up at the same time so I don't have to switch my plates around. This is actually the magnetic platform. You have a variety of a couple different platforms you can use depending on what function you want. So we're going to put, these are the dies with the butterfly frames on it, and they're going to go onto the magnetic platform. And these are steel dies, so they stick real good to the magnetic platform. So well so that you have to put these sheets of plexiglass on here too, because that you don't want to cut into your magnetic platform. That's not a cutting surface. But the plexiglass sheets are. That's why they look all beat up, because they have been cut into a lot. And they do kind of warp. A little hard to use, but here you have the dies, and they're ready to be cut into the paper. So then you put your top plexiglass over, and then you crank. Excuse me. Okay, so now we have the butterflies. And always harder to get the little butterfly off of there, but so it peels off, and then you've got a whole bunch of little perforations to punch out. I always get something small to do that with. I think
think I can do this into my hand fairly easily. Okay, so you've got all these little bits to punch through. So it has a nice little lacy look to it. So there you go, your little lacy butterfly, and I got all these little paper kraut and scrappy. Maybe we just let that hit the floor. Catch that next time I vacuum. So that's going to be the inner set of wings. Thusly. Or you could flip it around and have the white against the, I guess this sort of is a chartreuse, so you could do something like that. But actually, I'm not going to have these two sets together. I'm going to mix the colors up a little bit. I'm going to take my other embossed page and color it, because that'll make it pop. So I'm thinking, let me find a nice brush marker that's going to look pretty. Okay, so now as you see, we've got our two sets of butterflies, and if I put this on this one, it would disappear. You can't really see that, so that's why I didn't color in both sets. So now we have that nice contrast, and then that. Ta-da! So now I just need to glue them up and put the adhesive on and add some glitter glue. So this gets a little messy because I often get glue on myself because this has holes in it, but I just, let's see, where's the glue stick here? This is just purple glue stick from Elmer, and I just wipe this across the surface of it. And my fingers get glue on them, but that's okay. And then you've got the nice, oops, purple glue. Ugh. Where'd you go, camera? There. You got the purple glue. And then I just apply it. And I like, this is going to be flat, glued flat. Because if you do 3D, and then I've experimented, my friends and I have experimented with these butterfly stickers, and if you put them if you put the 3D ones on the outside of an envelope and mail it, you're gonna lose your little inner butterfly. It gets ripped off in the franking machine, or whatever you want to call it. So safer to glue it completely flat, and that's a little sticky. So now we'll do the other one, and it's gonna take a little while for it to dry. I'm not sure if I run out of time. Alrighty then, I think these are about ready to get their adhesive put on and let it spin a little while. So we'll do that. Okay, this is my third little crank crank operated crafting device. This is a Xyron. Well, they used to call them Xyron 900. I think it's now called the Xyron Creative Station, and you can put turn things into stickers or magnets or laminate them on both sides. So we're doing stickers today. So I've got my adhesive cartridge in here. This also has a little adapter in the center and the bottom where I can buy 5-inch wide adhesive cartridges too. So it would only take up half as much. But I ran out of that one, so I'm using the big one. So you just you stick the butterflies in until you can kind of feel them up against the adhesive, and you just crank them through, and I just watch like that. And then there's a cutter. No? Okay, so now we have got them on the adhesive paper. So they are now stickers. So you peel off this thin cellophane top, which can be a little tricky sometimes. Come on! There we go. Hits the trash. Now, if I were selling these, I would do this very neatly. I actually have an oval die that I like to put around here, but since I'm just doing these kind of as a demonstration, I'm just gonna cut these right out. The only thing is, make sure you leave a little backer paper around these butterflies so that people can peel it off. So just carefully go around this shape. Okay, so now we're just going to add some color to these. Let me get my little paper for mess to protect my bench. Now, do we want glitter glue? What colors do we want? Let's see, I'm thinking we're sort of Christmassy ish butterflies. Probably green or red. Yeah, okay. This looks like I was using this one. I buy these, they sell these in packs of like one of each color. Silver, gold, red, blue, green. I never have enough gold. I'm drowning in blue. It doesn't look like I have a lot of red either. I wish they sold them individually or in like a package of 4 gold or 5 gold, or instead of the variety pack, because you can tell I don't use blue very much. I got a lot of blue. And I ain't got no more. I ain't got no more gold. But that's okay. I've got plenty for this project. That's the main thing. I might have another tube sitting around here too. So I think I want the green with the primarily red one and the red with the primarily green one. So let me flip this around so we can see things a little better. So really you just, let me get this so you can see what the heck I'm doing. Always a good idea. Let's see. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, so we're gonna do this guy. And I just sort of pick out, you know, what I think of little corners that make it look good, a little accent. And then there's these little spots there. And a little spot there. And that should do it for that one. That's this one. Boy, this green's being a little difficult. And just these two little splooches there. Squeeze out a little more of this green. I'm just going to throw this one out. Okay, so these now, because I have a couple of nosy cats who love to get up on this table, to get in the glue, and I have sticky kitty paws and cat hair getting glued into the stickers. What I do is I have the water heater closet has a couple of shelves in it, so I just put these on a plate and I stick them in there. It's like the warmest, driest room in the house, and they just sit there in their little kind of like a little kiln, and they have, you know, overnight or however long it takes for them to dry in this extremely damp climate I live in. So I guess that's it, guys. They're pretty much done. So thanks for watching. This has been making butterfly stickers with JL. Take care.